At West Point High School, Daniel is looked upon as something of a golden boy. He's captain of the football team, he has the chiseled good looks, the car, and of course he has the girl. Her name is Nicole, and she's every bit as pretty as he is handsome. Daniel and Nicole, dressed to the nines, arrive at school for their senior prom, where they're welcomed by the rest of the gang in the cool kids set, secret handshakes and all. Later, Daniel catches a glimpse of what can only be described as an apparition, a man dressed all in white, staring at him, who appears to walk through a wall. Is this an omen that this night of dancing and celebration may or may not end well? Perhaps, but Daniel assumes his eyes are playing tricks on him and shakes it off. After a troubling encounter with his old girlfriend, Amber, Daniel steps outside to get some air. When he returns to the gym, he finds Nicole dancing with one of the definitely not-so-cool kids, Timmy, the result of a DJ dance contest. Daniel goes ballistic and all but drags Nicole out the door and into the parking lot. Seems our boy doesn't know the difference between loving somebody and owning them. In the parking lot, Daniel's best friend, John, tells Daniel that if he doesn't watch it, he's going to lose the best thing that ever happened to him, of course meaning Nicole. Daniel doesn't want to hear it. He rejects John's advice and his friendship in no uncertain terms. We then jump forward in time to their 20-year class reunion, where John and his wife wonder aloud if Daniel and Nicole will even show up, given, of course, that they haven't heard a word from them for all these years. When Daniel and Nicole finally do show up, not much has changed. Nicole's still beautiful, Daniel's still handsome, and he still has an attitude that won't quit. When they get a moment alone, Nicole explains to April that Daniel keeps her somewhat isolated from the outside world, but she can't leave him. In spite of everything, she still loves him. Timmy shows up, and of course, as luck would have it, the unpopular nerd kid is now the class millionaire. But even so, Daniel won't give him the time of day. Daniel tells Nicole he's ready to leave, even though the night is still young, and it's obvious to everyone that Daniel's had too much to drink and has no business driving. But there's that attitude thing again. Daniel refuses to listen to reason, and of course they drive off. Daniel pays a heavy price that night for his arrogance. His drunkenness leads to a serious accident, and he wakes up the next morning in a hospital bed. A police detective informs him that Nicole and the 4 occupants of the other vehicle died in the accident. John's words have proved to be prophetic. Not only does Daniel lose what he held dearest, his wife Nicole, but he's also about to be charged with felony DUI and manslaughter. Through a twist of fate, Daniel's prayers are answered in the form of a man dressed all in white with an almost supernatural glow around him. It's Gabriel, the being he caught a glimpse of 20 years earlier at the prom. Daniel gets a second chance, beginning with a redo of his final year in high school. It's a trial, not a free ride. If he can learn the true meaning of friendship and love, he'll avoid the tragedy that takes Nicole's life. The question is, can Daniel change, or is he destined to once again wake up in a hospital bed having lost everything?